So, Rach, do you remember when I suggested to you about creating the mind body connection course? Do you remember when that happened?
I do. We were walking down the street in London, just chatting away, and you were
Yeah.
like, "I've got this most amazing idea that I want to put to you. What do you reckon?"
Yeah. So I had this idea of doing this course, and you said yes. I just didn't expect you to say yes, actually, to be honest. But I really wanted you because I thought we've got two different skill sets, and some obviously that overlap. But you bring to the course your nutrition and your exercise.
The minute you said those words and mentioned it, it just made me so excited because it was something that I'd been milling around the back of my head already. This idea of what's missing from the nutrition and exercise space. What is it that helps people to stay consistent or even to get going in the first place? And for me, it is that idea of having your mind in the right place. It's having that right mindset. And nobody teaches you that when you train to be a nutrition coach and when you train to be any form of fitness coach. They pay lip service to a tiny bit of mindset, and then you kind of off and going. And
Yeah.
I knew that the difference for me was definitely things that where I worked on, kind of anything to do with the mind, but I didn't necessarily have that expertise. I'm obviously doing my training now, which is brilliant, and I can bring some of that as well. But yeah, it just for me got me so excited because I had that right on the back burner because I was like, oh, I'll need to train and do some more stuff. And then you appeared with the idea, and it just suddenly, I was like, why wait? We could combine our skills and get it going,
Yeah.
as soon as we wanted to.
Exactly. Exactly. So I think we just sort of came together at the right time. And I just finished my coaching course.
Yeah.
And so I was really in that place of wanting to help people change their mindset and their behaviors and having learnt these techniques and this skill and this knowledge about how to do that just really blew my mind. And the thing that I am passionate about in the course is passing on knowledge to people. So we've learned all of this and we've studied it, and through experience as well we can pass on this knowledge to people, and it's just really satisfying, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, it's really exciting. And yeah, I completely echo that. I also get that real buzz from sharing that knowledge. For me, I also love the sense of community that you can build when you bring a group of like-minded individuals together, and they may be from
Yeah.
very different backgrounds, they might have different goals, they might be coming at it from a different angle, but you get people focusing in on topics and sharing reflections from their everyday life, and
Mm.
suddenly everybody's like, oh, I thought I was the only person who thought that. And you
Yeah.
suddenly create this lovely, really safe community where actually the learning accelerates from the reflections and the sharing, and suddenly people are nicking ideas from each other, or actually being less hard on themselves around certain things because actually it's something that we all do, and they thought they were
Yeah.
unique and we're like, oh no, we all do that. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's the bit that excites me the most, is seeing that kind of those connections building between people.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think the workshops were really popular, weren't they, on the last course? They, in the feedback, everyone really enjoyed those. I think so. I think that support network and that community is really important, especially
Yeah,
when you're challenging beliefs that you've had for a few years and you're
yeah,
trying to change habits and routines and things like that.
absolutely. I think the workshops as well are this beautiful protected time in people's
Mm,
week where actually they have the headspace to sit down and think through some of these things. So obviously there's some learning in there, the kind of the advice and stuff that we share, but there's also that reflective time built into them.
mm,
So there's almost that, let's sit down for 45 minutes. This is your time. Nothing else can interrupt it. And how many people actually make that time for themselves in a week? So it's a lovely way of being accountable and everybody coming together and doing it. So yeah, I think that's the real power of the workshops.
So, what can people expect on the course in January, Rach?
So loads of stuff. From my perspective, particularly, you'll get a lot of the body side of things. So we have Movement Mondays and we have Feel Good Fridays. On Movement Mondays, we do a little bit of a strength workout, and that's available as a video for you to join in whenever you want to do it. All body weight for all fitness levels, but a really nice way to kickstart your Monday morning. Feel Good Fridays, I do a live HIIT session. Again, it's available on catch up if you can't join live at the time, but it'd be great to get as many people joining me as possible. And again, for all fitness levels, I give loads of different options. And then during the week, I usually try and cover off some stuff around nutrition. And this isn't about telling you what to eat. It's not about trying to do, diets or plans or anything like that. This is about, how do you think about nutrition? How do you talk about it, interact with it? How can we actually reframe it so that it becomes this really positive thing in your life? So yeah, that's what you can expect from me in January. How about you, Sally?
Okay, the best part for me are the workshops, because it's when everyone comes together and we take a theme and we pass on our knowledge to them. So for example, we do a workshop on mindset, beliefs, habits and routines, because we believe that they're the ones that can have the biggest impact on people's lives, just by giving a bit more information they can take and relate to and put into their own lives straight away. There's so much variety in the course regarding the body and the mind. You're going to learn a lot. You're going to connect your body and your mind back together again. And you're going to start moving your body a bit more and learning how you can change those old beliefs around nutrition and other things.
Yeah. What a great start to 2023.
Yeah, absolutely.